Hey y'all, my name is Kim Morgana, and welcome to episode 14 of the Sims 4 Ultimate Decades Challenge. This is year 316? 317. There we go. This is year 317. And I'm giving some village updates. So in the last episode, of course, we lost our dear Catherine to the famine. It just wasn't enough for her, and she died. So I'm going to give some updates on the other people who live here. So let's start up here. The geese went the longest time without a single death, but their youngest two children died. So they had two girls who died within in 1316, two of their children died. Well, the end of it. Because wait, yes, what year is this? It's 13:7. It's 13:16. Wait. It's 13:17. Right? Yeah, it's 13:17. There we go. This is your 13:17. So the geese, two little ones died sometime in 13:16. The crumbs I didn't touch because they're well off enough to not have to worry about that. This lady, if y'all remember, there was a blonde girl who was still here, and I talked about how her husband and her like 3 kids all passed away from the famine. Well, she actually also passed away as well, which is really interesting because she was really close to being remarried. So it's really interesting to see that an entire bloodline is just like completely wiped off. Like, we will not see this in the family tree in the future at all because the kids were too young to like marry and have children. So this lot is now open, so I wonder who's going to move in there. I'm going to skip past Agnes's family for now. Skip past them. These guys over here, the werewolf family, they're fine. Their werewolf wife is pregnant, so we'll see. I think she's having a girl. Down here, okay, so Richie, I forgot her name, but she comes over every now and again. If you recall, she was middle class with her husband and all that. Her husband passed, but not from the famine. So her husband and the village lord actually recently passed away. And obviously they're too well off to have died from the famine. So what it was there's a little bit of an emergency right outside the village, and both of them worked in the knight's career, or the lord at least had knight's training. They went out there to handle it and lost their lives. So unfortunately, the lord had no male offspring. He had 4 girls. One of his girls is currently Baroness. She married the Baron and lives in Willow Creek. And the other 3, as you can see, are toddlers. So he has no heir. They were trying desperately for years for an heir, and then just kept popping out girls. So that means the next eligible male in Henford on Bagley to be the lord of Henford on Bagley, based off of like riches and like social standing, is our werewolf holder guy over here. So I'm gonna go in, and they're still going to be like a rich family, but they're going to be treated more of like the former lord's family, and mostly rich because they're related to the Baroness at this point as well, like directly. That's her daughter. So they still have some pretty high social standing, but the title will have to go to this guy. It would have been between the Richies and the holders, but the Richie, like household male, has passed away. He has a single son who's still a toddler, so we'll see. So he'll probably be the man of the house once he reaches his teenage years. And so I'm gonna go in at some point and make these guys the new lord's family, which is really interesting. So we'll see how that goes. As for now, these guys are still rich. Just in general, everybody's still rich. The shearers, nothing's changed. We saw in the last episode that Robert's dad remarried a lady who's a vampire. I don't know if the kids know she's a vampire, but his dad does, so we'll see. So the Folies moved in. This house was previously empty. The Folies are actually Mary and a guy named Yamazaki. Hiroto moved into the village, and he was relatively well off. He's not middle class, but like it's close to it, like very comfortable for a peasant, you know? So I'm still going to like roll for them for like the famine and all that, but they're, I don't know. I'm stuck between maybe in like a generation or so, I'll treat them like the crumbs and won't roll for them. But for right now, they're not noble. They're just he's a well-off merchant. I'll say that. So I'll roll for them, but I just skipped this previous time because they got married in like this weird intersection. So I didn't when I rolled, they weren't married. Then I came back and they were. So also Mary's pregnant. She visited for a bit, and in the corner of my eye I saw that she had made like a throw up motion with the baby bottle icon, and I was like, what? And I realized I messed up some of my settings because there was a lot of people in the world who moved in together as like girlfriend and boyfriend as opposed to being married, and we're all like getting pregnant. And I was like, these guys have to get married. So I went back in, fixed my MC Command Center settings. I know I missed something, but everything's fixed now. And so Mary is married, and I'm so glad she stayed in the village. I was really worried she would marry someone who would make her leave the village, because Alice would then lose her best friend. But now that she's still here in Hereford on Bagley, Alice can grow up and, you know, still be pretty good friends with Mary because she'll be in the village, which is great. So maybe we'll go take Alice to visit Mary today and all that. Because I was thinking, like, obviously I want Mary to get older, get married, and have like children of her own, just so we can start at least one side family. That's also what I wanted Catherine for as well. But I want at least one side family in the village. Like two would be great, but at least one and one. So because I wanted either Catherine or Alice to marry Mary's little brother. And I thought it was going to be Catherine because Catherine and the little boy are much closer in age than Alice and he are. But she could, if she marries Robert, they'll be neighbors. And I think that would be so cute. So, but we'll see. We'll see. We have a little bit of time before we start thinking about any marriages or anything like that. We just need to make it through this famine first. But yeah, I think that this is so cute. So we'll definitely be seeing what Mary's new house looks like in this episode because it's really cool looking. And if something happens and Alice decides not to get married or have children, I'll have her stay in the house for a little bit just to help with the cooking and all that until one of the boys is old enough to marry. And then, you know, their wife can move in and handle the household stuff so that Matilda doesn't have to do it. And then I'll say that Alice went to Mary's house and started working as like a live-in caretaker, so does like the cooking and helping, taking care of children and stuff like that, which I think Mary and Matilda would like, you know, if Alice decided to not marry. So anyways, Matilda made breakfast. It's meat, it's salted meat, bread and cheese, so a delicious, nutritious breakfast. And we're just going to get these guys started. She's not having a good time. She's just getting worse and worse. She was so sure when she told Agnes she could handle it and everything like that. But clearly, shut up. Clearly, she needs some help. Oh my God. It's so annoying. All right, let's go, Alice. Let's make that walk to Mary's. She lives much closer to the city. I feel like Mary definitely enjoys being closer to like the town more than being all the way back here, like across the bridge, through the forest, up the hill, over the lake, over the river. It's just so much more convenient for her. I also wonder if her husband knows that she's a spellcaster or if she's just keeping it secret. I have no clue. They got married pretty quickly, so I'm not sure if she did it for safety or because she actually does kind of like the guy or what. But here's Mary. Oh, Mary's so cute. Look at her. Let's ask about Day. Let's hug her. Can we feel her belly? Ask to feel baby. This is so cute. Closer from happy memories and growing closer from quality time. Alice loves Mary. I feel like Mary is like the big sister Alice desperately needed, or like the female figure Alice desperately needed. So this is their house here in Henford on Bagley. Like I said, they're not necessarily noble and they're not middle class, but they're pretty well off merchants. We're gonna pretend, well, nothing's growing, but we're gonna pretend that this would at one point be a pretty good garden. So if you walk in, there's this little dining area, a fireplace. There's tile and bricks. They have a couple couches, like a bathing room, a separate restroom, books. Because Mary does know how to read, and she started teaching not Matilda. She started teaching Alice a little bit here and there. They have like a desk, a piano. Is this a washer and dryer? We're gonna pretend that that's not a washer and dryer, and that they just, yeah, they they do things regularly and not with modern appliances. Upstairs, there's this room. This is the master bedroom where the other two sleep. This is probably gonna be whoever the heir is. This is just for like a child or stuff like that, and obviously a little baby's room. And then in the basement, this is where like the servants' quarters are. So if, assuming these two only had one child, and also assuming Alice does move in here to like help out, take care of the children, once again, assuming that she doesn't get married or anything like that, she'd probably stay in this room for a while until that child is old enough for them to switch. But if they have multiple children, she'll probably just like stay down here, which I don't think she would mind. So yeah, Alice is just wandering, getting a feel of the place, seeing the toys. You should meet her her husband. Meet her husband. He seems kind enough. Oh. Oh, never mind. They're joking. They're having a great time. Okay. I was like, was he just being mean? Everything's fine. Mary's taking care of herself. So she also wants to go next door and see Mary. So she's just gonna talk to Mary one last time. Let her know, you know, I'll leave you be to do marriage stuff. I don't know. She probably thinks the idea of getting married now was just so much cooler. She already really liked it when she was younger, looking at her parents, but now seeing Mary and the possibility of like living like this. Obviously, she's too young to really think about like dowries and everything like this. The only reason Mary got to is because her family, she had just enough inheritance from her biological parents that Agnes just held on to it and didn't let her husband touch it, even when they desperately needed to, just in case Mary needed to get out of the village or, you know, could have the potential to marry up. And because Mary's biological parents were not as poor as Agnes at all. So at the very least, to give Mary the chance to marry back up into what she was born to. So yeah, Mary's parents lived similar to this. Like they were relatively well off and comfortable, and not at all like how Agnes is. She appreciates Agnes, but considering her bed was outside and they cooked in a pit on the floor, you know, it was cool for a few years. She loves them. She loves her family, but are they still being cute? They are. Let's get you out of here, Alice. Let's get you to see Robert, who is possibly your future husband. But yeah, unfortunately for our dear sweet Alice, even if she does get married, she can only marry a peasant. And the best off peasant we have in the village is Robert, unless she marries out of the village. I really don't want her to. I want to save that for like last. Oh, she's pregnant. Nice. I wanted her to be. Well, at least I know she won't burn because she's. Oh, actually, I have a mod that says children and toddlers can die, but I'm not sure if that extends to pregnant women. But we'll see. What is this? Become friends with John. Isn't this Robert's father? You want to become friends with him? We can find him. Oh, he's not here. I didn't look very hard. He's probably like down the street or something. We'll talk to him at some other point. But like, yeah, let's play make believe. Let's play with John. Let's play with Robert a little bit. I think that these two would make a really cute couple. Oh, here he is. She wants to become friends with his father, which I think is really, really cute. So let's just talk to this guy. He's so far away now. Can I not? Friendly, small talk. Get to know him. Yeah, there we go. What was that? What? I just heard like feet padding and saw something in the corner of my eye. What was that? Maybe she'll ask to hear stories about Robert. I was like, what was Robert like when he was little, when he was baby? Getting like embarrassing stories. I like Robert, he's pretty cool. Well, I hope so. It's your kid. Okay, that took literally all day. But she's now friends with Robert's father. It seems like he approves of her, which is great. We might just have her head back home. Why is there people congregating out here? I'm gonna pretend like this guy doesn't exist. And back away because he's ruining my immersion. Thank you. Okay, it's the next day and it's getting harder and harder to keep these guys hungry throughout the day because it's 5 a.m. and Pascal's gonna starve to death if I don't feed him right now. And Simon's right behind him at this point. We definitely need like a bench or something, but we don't have. Oh, speaking of benches and stuff, okay, you two. I did go ahead and fix all the burnt stuff. So I got a new table, fixed all the like crafting stuff that was over here. I'll probably move this upstairs just in case another fire starts. It won't burn this again because it would be very helpful to continue to have this. Who kicked this over? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? No. Whatever that is, you're gonna have to cook it tomorrow. What was this? Whatever it is, you're wasting money. Roasted pheasant? Since when did we... Whatever. Eat your bread and meat and cheese. What are you doing? And yeah, these two are hungry again because they ate so early in the morning. I didn't want them to eat at 5 in the morning. They were just going to die if I didn't. Okay, we're so close. We just have to make it past Thursday. As soon as midnight Friday hits, we can go back to feeding them. This is the last day. I can do it. I can do it. I can get out of here with 3 kids. One of them wasn't my fault, kind of. I desperately want you to change your clothes. If you're gonna wander around, you're at the very least going to wander in the clothes I choose for you. Because what even is this? I promise the game is just making up clothes because this was not even an option. Okay, there we go. Now they're friends. You want to level up in charisma, okay, and catch a fish. Also okay. We're gonna go home because I can put the boys to sleep. This is so difficult. I did not expect the famine to be this hard. I know I was worried about it way back in the day, but that was more like a mock worry, but now I'm actually worried. And I'm only worried because they're toddlers. You know what I mean? I would have been worried if Matilda was pregnant, but I did not think about how quickly toddlers' hunger goes down. It's the final day. It's the final hour. It's the final countdown. I did not mean to wake you up. Resume this. I know you're hungry. Just go back to sleep. I didn't mean to wake you up. Look, we get a meal to celebrate the end of this time. I'm not gonna have you eat because you're not hungry. Like, not that hungry at least. I'm gonna have you wake up just so you can pee in peace for once. And do. You are hungry, but I'm gonna have these guys finish sleeping first. Because we have time. I'm actually scared I'm gonna lose them, so I might actually just wake them up. I'm gonna stop being lazy. What do you want to do? Cook an excellent meal. Okay, she wants to get back into cooking, which is nice, but also scary. This has 6 hours till it's done. Well, Alice hasn't eaten yet, so come on and eat when you're done searching for eggs. Okay, it is officially Friday past midnight, which means that the famine is officially over, which also means I have to do a 3-7 roll. It said in 317. 317 ended 21 minutes ago, but I'm going to do it right now and then count it as 317. I sped too fast. So we're going to see who survived and died from the famine. So we want to avoid numbers 3 and 7. I'm actually scared. So Matilda, oh my God. Matilda just got a 7. This is a conundrum because Alice, I didn't think Matilda was going to die. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me keep going. Alice, 6. She survived. Simon. Oh no, Simon died. We only have Pasco. Oh no. I'm sorry, I just breathed right into the mic. I kind of want to, like, a part of me wants to cheat and be like, they all survived. Okay. The sole survivor of, this isn't even a Smith legacy anymore. This is... all the Smiths are dead. And Alice can't live on her own, which means an adult is going to have to move in here with her, or she's going to have to move it somewhere else. Okay. What am I going to do? The thing is, Mary and Agnes are the only two who would gladly take in Alice. Neither one of the boys survived. Let me make sure the numbers are 3 and 7. Yep, 3 and 7. Matilda got a 7, and then both the boys got 3s. So the only one who survived, they just had Pheasant. Are you telling me they died? Okay. I'm gonna have to change this from like the Smith legacy to something else. Because, okay, so that means when Catherine ages up into a teenager, I'm going to roll to see if she survives, obviously, but I am not, this is, okay, but let me get my thoughts in order. I'm going to roll to see if she survives to be a teenager, but I am not going to, I'm not going to roll to see if she gets married and has children. She no longer has a choice. Sorry about the rules. Her choices are gone. She's going to have to. Now, okay, I can plead for death. Can I plead to death? Can I plead? Okay, I know a few episodes ago I said I want it to be realistic. I don't want to plead to death, but I'm going to do that. So let me do something real quick. I'm going to add Agnes to this household. Goodness. I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to literally use this and add her to the household so that I can potentially plead to death And I'm gonna plead to death for every single one of these people, because this is insane. This is insane. So where is my? Am I bending the rules? Yes, but like literally, this is like catastrophic. This is too bad. I'm like, if one or two of them died, sure. Even if Alice and one of her brothers survived, yes. But one of them has to survive to continue the Smith legacy. Even if it was just Matilda, just so I could be like, okay, she got remarried. The person she remarried doesn't have a last name, so they took on the Smith name because she kept the Smith name. Then I would do that. Or if like one of the boys survived, I would say that they moved in with Mary for a bit, or even Agnes. And then once Alice was of age, they moved back, but nobody's alive, and that's an issue. So I'm going to teleport Agnes and add her to the household, because my game will send these guys somewhere else. Let me summon Agnes. I'm going to add her to the family real quick, real quick. Is she pregnant? She is. Okay. It'll be quick, because I also need to roll for the other households at the end of this. Goodness, I'm still counting this as the last day of 317. I just waited too late. I was speeding too fast. Okay. Let me go ahead and wake everybody up. So for the toddlers, because they don't die normally, they will literally just disappear. So I'm going to flip a coin for them, but I can just go ahead and do this and then plead to death normally. So let me do this. Commands. Kill of hunger. Okay. So then I'm going to wait for death to get here. And then let me flip coin. Okay, Agnes here. Did I have Agnes or Alice do it? Can Alice do it? Please, Matilda. Alice, get up. Okay. So Death said no. Matilda has to stay dead. Okay. So we're gonna pretend that the other two boys are also like dying, right? Of starvation. Matilda's gone. She's gone. that's just it. Matilda's just gone. Where's your father? Where's William? Oh yeah, I got rid of his ghost. Geez. Okay. What do I actually? Where is William? Is he in your family tree? He should be. Okay, yes, he is. He's just not in there because I got rid of the ghost. Okay. So, tisk, 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 tisk. Robert aged up. Cool. Okay, I'm getting really off track. Matilda's dead for real. I'm going to flip for both the boys and see. So heads is alive, tails is dead. So I have the flip the coin thing up. Let's flip for Simon. Simon dies. Let's flip for Pasco. Okay, so I guess they're just meant to. That's 2 out of 3. I'm not gonna do it again. I'm not gonna do it again. I did all that just for them to still be dead. Okay. This can still be a Smith legacy. If she marries someone who has no family or last name, which means she can't marry Robert because Robert is Shearer? Or would it still be the Smiths from like okay. Everyone's dead, unfortunately. So I'm gonna let Grim finish so that I'm gonna let Grim finish. Come on. Because we also have to kill the kids. That sounds really bad, but we do. Put these two next to each other. The lovers. I'm so upset. I wasn't expecting any of them to die. I kid you not. I've rolled so many times for just outside households to check odds and everything, and most people don't die. Most people don't die. Okay. I kid you not, I wasn't expecting a single one of them to die. Or at least maybe like one, but not all of them. So Lily survives. These children do not. Um, so I don't know. Poison. That's not gonna work because MC Command Center. Actually, wait a second. I said I flip a coin because they can't plead. Plead for Simon. I'm stretching a lot of rules here. Plead for Simon and then plead for Pasco. Okay, Simon's dead. Simon's dead for real. And wait, was that Pasco or Simon? Who is this? This is Pasco. No, Pasco's there. Why does it say I plead for Simon again? Okay, I can't. That's what I thought. Plead for Pasco. Plead for Pasco. Okay. Death does not care at all. I should have known. Death is the one who was having fun making snow angels as our house burned. Clearly had it out for the Smiths. Her entire family. Can you please? The coin said no. The roller said no. And Death said no. And no, it shall be. We didn't keep Catherine's gravestone, so I'm going to not keep theirs either. And I don't want her ghost coming around, so we're going to... Okay. So I was going to make this a double episode. It's going to be one episode. This is a lot. So I had like happy pictures and everything planned for this episode and a sad one planned for the next, but it's... I almost failed this challenge. Quite literally, almost failed the challenge. But I didn't. So the Smiths will live on? Question mark? Hopefully. So the thing is, when I first started this challenge, I was like, I thought about, instead of starting with just two, but having like at least one or two side households lined up just in case. But then my test trial went so well that I was like, oh, I don't need this. Everything will be fine, because my test trial, people survived long enough to start families of their own. Like I had two pretty strong side families lined up and like more on the way. But this one went the complete opposite route. So Agnes is gonna go back home to what? Agnes, what's your last name? Foley. You're gonna come back home. Oh, wait, that's the wrong ones. Select a different household. I know. Okay. So instead of staying with Agnes, she's actually gonna go stay with Mary. And she's going to bring her like 1,102 simoleons with her. Let me just 20. This is so bad. Okay. I So we won't be seeing the medieval farmhouse for a while. It's now empty. Empty plot of land for where are these guys? Did they move out? Because there's no husband. Gosh. Yeah, I have it set so like women follow wherever their husband is. So she got remarried, she moved in with him. Okay. I'm trying to check something real quick. I'll figure out where they are later, I guess. And by later I mean when I press stop recording. So this was an episode. I was so excited for 1317 to be over so we could continue. But I never expected Alice to be our sole survivor. So she will be getting married and will be having children, but so this is still the Smith legacy. I don't want her having a child out of wedlock. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna go about this. Because first off, I forgot to say, I forgot to put in Catherine's aging up and Pasco's aging up. And I was so worried about when Matilda would age up. Okay. I'm gonna end this episode off here and get my life back together. Thanks for watching. Bye.